Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Cryptic crossword being published on Saturday the 30th of August 2025. And today's setter is Joker. So this is one of the setters who is a little bit harder. I mean, my average time is about 19.5 minutes. I had a couple of solves that taken me 40 odd minutes, and very rarely fast these days. One 7 minutes old and one 11, and everything else is probably average or slower. So I'm in a bit of a rush this morning because I want to get off to Part 1, being a Saturday. I really don't want this to take any longer than about 30 minutes. So I might be panicking in my head, I think. Anyway, so all this waffling is taking up my time. I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. What gets water inside? Employ scheme when it's making outside. Employers to use plan. What gets water inside? The pipeline, I suppose, gets water inside. And complaining after church has gone very cold. Church is C-E, ch. No, worry about doctor's tone of voice. Timber, tear, weary. Timberay, I think, tire. Beast roaming 2/3 of Oregon. Beast roaming 2/3 of Oregon. Rego, Egon, 4. You would have thought that was just a state of stagnation from new in barrels of oil. State of stagnation far from new in barrels of oil. Okay, who breaks things left behind it? Victorian, so VA for the London Museum. Left is an L. Port, Vaport. Things left. Who breaks? Val. Or is it Vandal? And yeah, well, NDA. What's NDA in there? V&A. Okay, the V&A. Yes. Car park associated with house. Is that just garage? Can't be garage, can that's too straightforward. To any extent, any fitter people running around will get trim. You'd think that's going to be some hidden word to an extent. Terp. Can't see it though. Regrettably missing university's call. Regretting. Ruing. Ring. There we are. Time to maintain new pub. Time. Pub. Tavern. Ava. Maintain. Yep. I state. I ava. Stones V small or V large, possibly. Very small, tiny stones, or very large. Could be OS for outsize. Possibly could be an anagram in there somewhere. Inattention getting sack, perhaps around a pit. Okay. Outstanding triumph in uphill advance. You'd think uphill means put a down glue going upwards. Outstanding is OS due. Triumph in uphill advance. Allowance of 3 points. Of 3 points, points would be up, down, east, south, north, west. Allowance. Let. Animal regularly appearing in spring. AIA, NML. Appearing in spring. Pig. There we are. Got one at last. Or another one at last. Army equipment badly blocking main road. Army equipment kit. Rig. Blocking main road would be a motorway. motorcade, main road, motor, badly, such an anagram, clock, say timer showing minutes in order, tier, I think that's timer. I'm going to leave that, I'm not entirely sure. A tier is an order. Concert pianist, extremely quick to respond. Well, I think pianist has to be a PT, doesn't it? Concert, quick to respond is rapid. Flirtation from each and every one during ball. Each and every one is, each is EA, everyone is per. Something less than a major route overseas is abroad, a B road, yeah. Country's queen formerly travelling by rail. Don't know why. Queen formerly. Or train. Is train in there? E-train. Eritrea. Not sure about that. I don't know what that was. Come back to that. Opening of the grass flower. Treed. T for the. Grass is reed. Flower. Flower. Is it the name of a river? River Tweed. Okay, Tweed. What Abel Baker does in radio comms. We'll assume that's AB. Radio comms. Abel Baker. No idea what Abel Baker does, if it's a particular call sign thing. Brilliant cut and mounted. Brilliant is, don't know. Inattention getting sack, perhaps, around a pit. Oh, Joker, what have you given us today? Not a good one. What gets water inside is some kind of pipe, isn't it? Pipe. When it's baking out, scheme employers to use. Standpoint, stand pipe, stand. When it's baking outside. Could be an STI, I suppose. S. Scheme is a plan. Must be a plan. There must be a plant. Employees to use. House plant. Does that really say house plant? What gets water? Okay, house plant does. House plant gets it. And hot outside of that. Okay, yes. Gosh, good clue, but outstanding is OS. Triumph in upper advance. Not sure about that. Is that OS outstanding? Maybe. Complaining after church has gone very cold. Chilling, chiding, hiding. If that's an ing, what's this? Allows the 3 points. Let's put SI there. Or is it standard? No, not standard. Allowance. Army equipment. Army equipment. Mainly badly blocking main road. So look at any fitter people, joggers, runners running around will get trim. Is that looking at some kind of trim GE? Will get trim. To an extent. Or is it a backward word? Prettify now. Prettify, hang on. We'll get trim, pre. Double T, IFY. Yeah, pretty fine. Okay. So what was that one? Got no idea about the call sign thing. Car park associated with house in estate, I suppose. Fair enough. Country's queen, formerly. Terrain, travelling by rail. Country's queen, formerly travelling by rail. Train. Army equipment badly. I don't think that could be an anagram of army equipment, can it? Okay, let's have a look at that one. That does at least suggest that PT is right. Concert is in concert. Quick to respond is brusque, abrupt. Can't really see that. State of stagnation from new far from new in barrels of oil. No. Flotation from each and every one during ball. I mean, is that literally ball? B-A-L-L. Let's just put it there for now. Bal. Flotation, passional from each and every one during ball. Don't think it can be that, can it? Let's just have a look at this one down here again, which wasn't a very nice clue. Inattention, getting sack, perhaps around a pit. Deliberation, inattention, deliberation, don't think so. Around a pit would be a mine, wouldn't it? Sack. And it can't be a mine there because that I. That could be, I suppose, travelling by rail. A mine. Better place wouldn't it be if it was going to be brilliant. Cut and melted. You think that's cut with it going upwards? Brilliant. Icy. Once what Abel Baker does in radio comms. Needs. Why is that needs? Is that needs? Let's take that one out, put that on. Take that there. Wants and needs. What Abel Baker does in radio comms is needs. I don't get what that would be though. Needs, if it is. Intention getting sack. Sack would be Hessian or something. Outstanding. Triumph in uphill advance is no idea. But this one clue. Beast roaming. 2/3 of Oregon. Well, 2/3 of Oregon suggests it's just going to be. Is it an anagram of? It's ogre, isn't it? It's an anagram of ogre. Okay. Outstanding is owing, I think. Win is a triumph in uphill advance. Go uphill advance, right? Yep. Complaining after church. I've got an I there. Ugh. That's gone very cold. Biting. Complaining. Sniting, knighting. Is that an I? Let's put an I there. Not entirely sure. Allowance 3 points is. What's that going to be? S. Something I, something E, something D. 3 points. Of 3 points could be south, east, north, send. Allowance. Points. Stipend. Was that stipend? If that's a stipend, I think it is, but I don't really understand why. That would be an ing. That would be complaining, biting. After church has gone very cold. Church is normally CE or CH. I've got a problem there because that is definitely owing. Triumph is a win in advance is to go uphill. Stipend I can't really understand. Allowance is a stipend of 3 points. Not sure. Complaining ends in an ing, which makes me think it needs to be that. Icing. Complaining, dicing, ficing, bicing, biting. Oh, it's okay, it's complaining after church is gone. Gives you very cold, which is biting, bitching. Yeah, okay, it's bitching without the ch in it. Fair enough. Well, yeah, okay. State of stagnation. Far from new in barrels of oil. Is that far? Would you make that artillery, wouldn't it? That's artillery going in there, I think. Which is a type of road, isn't it? Blocking main road. Army equipment is artillery. Badly is ill in an artery. Yep, okay, go with that. State of stagnation. Far from new in barrels of oil. Are we just doing an anagram of barrels of oil? I think that's a timer, but I'm not convinced at this moment. This one, concert pianist. Extremely is pianist. PT. Concert. If you're in concert, you're in time, you're in quick to respond is in step, really, aren't you? That doesn't work. Fairly happy with timber, wasn't I? MB going entire around that gives you tone of voice as timber. This country's queen, country's terrain. I don't understand why that would be terrain though. Formerly travelling by rail. If that was terrain, I'm not saying it is, but if it was, is that literally a mine going in there, as I had before? If that's a mine, dreaminess. Inattention is dreaminess, which has got getting sack. Dress, yeah, okay, dress is going in there. Stones, very granite versus very small versus or very large, possibly. What is that terrain? ER. Travelling by rail. By train. It's just train with ER in it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Brilliant is cut and mounted. Cut and mounted. What's going to go in there? Damn. Mad. That was a D. I had a feeling that stones are diamonds. Very small. V. If that was a V for very small V, I don't think it is, but if it was, brilliant would be Van Vim, cut and mounted, mem. Don't think that's going to be a V. Let's have a look at this one first. That's an eance, isn't it? Dalliance. Flirtation is a dalliance. I don't understand why. One is each, and everyone. A dance is a ball. All with I. Going backwards, okay. State of stagnation is delirium. Could that be delirium? State of stagnation, delirium. Why would that be delirium? Far from new is old, isn't it? Actually, ditch that. So far from new is old. Doldrums. Okay, rums. Drums. Barrels of drums, yeah, fair enough. So that must be prompt. Prom is a thingy. Timer must be correct, which leaves the stipend I'm going to go with. I'm not entirely sure about stipend. These two down here. Okay, stones. Okay, I've got a bit of time now to think. Large possibly. Is that an anagram of large possibly? I think it is. Which is gravel. Which leaves brilliant gem. Brilliant gem. Mug. John. Could be Kim gum. Cut. What's I say? Gem. Mega cut. Mega amount idiot. And that's needs, I think. 2013, okay, I got there eventually. Couple in there I'm not sure about, but I've got time to go through. So let's have a look at what we got. Wow, okay, what gets water inside? Well, a house plant is inside your house, therefore when you water it, so it gets water inside. That's the definition. To employ is to use, a scheme is a plan, and then you've got baking hot. It's baking outside, so you've got hot going around the outside. Complaining is bitching, and then you need to lose the ch of church to make it biting, which has gone very cold. Weary is tire, going around a doctor is an MB, gives you the timber, which is the tone of voice. A beast is an ogre. 2/3 of Oregon is the OREG, and then anagram that to get to ogre. That's a nasty clue for a QC. State of stagnation is the doldrums. Yep, place on the sea where the ships have got no wind, they can't move, for example. Far from new is old. Oh, excuse me. Barrels of oil and drums. Old drums. Fair enough. Who breaks things is a vandal. Got Alpha left going after the London Museum, which is the V&A, the Victoria and Albert. A car is an estate car, and the park associated with the house is an estate. To an extent is your hidden word indicator, but running around is saying it's a backwards hidden word indicator. So across starting in the beginning of people, going through fitter and ending in any is prettify, and to prettify something is to get it trim. Not sure about that. Regretting is ruing. Missing U for university, so take the U out of ruing gives you ring, and to ring is to call. T for time, to maintain is to ava, like state comes up quite often, and N for new gives you a tavern, which is a pub. Stones very small are gravel, which is an anagram of V large, possibly is your anagram indicator. Inattention is dreaminess. Getting sack, so a sack in this case is a dress. Perhaps sack is an example of a dress. A pit is a mine, so around that. On the downs, we've got outstanding is owing. Got a triumph is a win. In well, the OG is an up. If you look at that, upwards is go, which is to advance, and uphill is saying put it upwards. Right, an allowance is a stipend. 3 points. I think the 3 points are south, tip, and end. Wow, okay. The tip of something is the end of it. Tip of something is, and they are the points. Yeah, the tip of a pen is a point, the end is a point, and the south is a point. Animal is a pig, regularly appearing in spring. So the second, fourth, and sixth letters of spring are pig. Army equipment is artillery. We've got badly is ill, blocking the main road, which is an artery. A clock is a timer, so it's an example of a timer, because it says say. Showing minutes in order, well, minutes is M, and in order is tier. Not very keen on that, but there you go. A concert is a prom. Pianist is extremely is the P and the T from pianist, the extreme letters. Quick to respond is prompt. A flirtation is a dalliance. From each and everyone during. Gosh, so everyone is all. Each and every is all. Sorry. One is put an I into that. During ball. There. So we've got a ball is a dance with a D and then the ANC end at the end. We've got all is each and every, and then one going into that gives you dalliance. Something less than a major route. So yeah, something less than a major route is A, B road. And overseas is abroad. Have seen that one before. The country is terrain. The queen is ER. Well, former queen is ER, Elizabeth Regina. Travelling by rail, so she's on the train. T, rain, yep. Opening of the is a T, grass could be a weed, and the flower is a flower, because it's the River Tweed. What wants and needs, what Abel Baker does in radio comms. I've got no idea what that means. I don't know anything about radio comms. I don't know what Abel, AB, don't know. And finally, brilliant cut. Brilliant is mega. Cut and mounted, so put mega without the A, mounted gives you a gem coming downwards, and a brilliant cut is a gem, I suppose. Yeah, gems are mounted, aren't they, in rings and whatever. So there you go. So that's the puzzle, 2013. Not a nice one for a Saturday, but I've got time to get to part one. Thanks for watching.